Hello everyone, welcome to Late Night Tech. Today's video is the full review of, sorry I got the wrong phone. This is the right phone right here, holding it right. This is the iPhone 10 and I finally have for you my full review. I did upload a video of the quick review of the iPhone 10. I'll leave a link in the description, but this is going to be the full review of this device. And let's just get to business. Here it is. I've got this in the silver white version here, 256 gigabytes. Okay, so I'm going to start by talking about the outside, everything that you can see, the hardware, the design, the build quality, and so that's number one. So we have a steel frame here, glass in the back and the front. Apple claims this is the most durable glass. I don't know, there were many tests online and it seems to be as durable as that, you know, the same that you'd find on the Android devices like Gorilla Glass 5. But anyway, very strong glass, feels very nice. It feels almost like it's just one piece here. So then we have the stainless steel frame. This is a very nice color here, very shiny, very reflective. I have been using this phone without the case, you know, since its launch, and as you can see, it's in pretty good, you know, shape. I mean, I haven't got any scratches on the frame. However, I don't put the phone like on very hard surface, always on soft surface, and also in my pocket. So never in my pocket with keys or coins, whatever. It's always on its own. So, you know, I make sure that I don't get any scuff scratches on it. But anyway, it feels very nice. The phone feels quite heavy, but you know, feels good. Speakers. So we've got a speaker here and on the top. I mean, the iPhone speakers are probably one of the best in terms of sound quality, if not the best, to be honest. There are many speakers out there that sound really nice, that are loud. Maybe this is not as loud, maybe it's not the loudest out there, but it's probably one of the best in terms of clarity. The speakers sound really, really good on this. I enjoy listening to my music on the speakers. So when it comes to speakers, you know, you will not be disappointed. It's really good, loud enough and crisp, very clear, and enough bass on it. Microphone, I mean, in terms of call quality, every time, you know, when I buy the smartphone, I always make sure that the call quality is good. So I ask everybody that I call in the beginning, and that's why they're annoyed. Every time I ask them this, they know that I got a new phone. So I wanted to make sure that the phone sound really good. There are no issues with the network, with the what do they call them, the antenna bands or whatever. So and the microphone sounds good. So always received excellent feedback when it comes to the microphone. So call quality is perfect as well. No issues there. Talking about the buttons here on the right side and the left side, very nice, very clicky, you know, tactile feel, as well as the volume buttons, same thing. And we have this switch here, the mute switch, which is really good as well. Never had it, you know, shaky, I mean like loose or anything. Even on my previous iPhones, I use it a lot, but it never lost its, you know, like grip, or I don't know what you want to call it, but it's always been good. It's never been loose for me. The earpiece as well, it's very loud. Sometimes I have to put the volume down. I normally keep it on max volume, but I have to, you know, in many occasions I have to keep putting the volume down because these speakers, these headphones, the earpiece is very loud and clear as well. So back again to the call quality, when you're receiving, when you're talking and listening, both ways is really good. Anyway, back to the phone on the outside. Camera, there's a little bit of a hump here, or a bump, whatever. Not really a big deal. I mean, if you put it on the table, it does shake. See? It doesn't bother me. I don't type like this on the table, but it's fine. The camera is really good. I'll talk about the camera later on. What else can we talk about here? Standard lightning, everything about this. I don't need to talk about it. What else? Yeah, so I guess we could talk about the camera now, since we're talking about the hardware, build quality, and yeah. So, camera. Both cameras have optical image stabilization, which is great, because now when you zoom in with the second lens, your video is still stable. You still have a very smooth video, unlike the iPhone 8 Plus. It's a good second sensor. However, it doesn't have OIS, so once you zoom in, it starts to shake a bit. And I did notice that helped as well with the portrait mode. So portrait mode on this phone, rather than the iPhone 8, you get a little bit better shots with portrait mode on this one. So camera, obviously, it's one of the best out there as well. Really good portrait pictures. It has improved with software updates. Images in general, the new sensors reduce noise. I mean, the noise has been reduced a lot compared to what you get on the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. So the images are really, really good. Again, probably top 3 smartphone camera. Yeah, really good. And video as well. So that's when it comes to images. But video, I think until now, video, it probably catches the best. I don't know if this is an issue with Android or all the manufacturers out there, but Apple still has probably the best video recording modes. Not to mention that we also have the slow-mo at, is it a 1080p slow motion? So that is really good as well. So you get slow motion with really good quality. So I think in terms of video, this is probably the best phone out there. I am recording this now with the Note 8. I normally record with the iPhone 10, but I'm recording with the Note 8 right now because I am talking about the iPhone 10. So video recording, probably the best out there. The microphone as well, when it comes to video, it's pretty good, pretty decent. The sound is really good. However, I did notice when I'm recording with the front camera, the mic is even better. I mean, the mic reduces the noise outside. Like you won't hear like all this noise around you. So it kind of keeps all that external sound around from you, and it just focuses on your voice. Yeah, so selfie videos are really good as well. The camera is 8 megapixel on the front, improved, really good as well, selfies, and you get portrait mode on the front camera, but it's not as good as the front-facing stills on the Pixel 2 XL or Pixel 2. Probably when it comes to still images, this is the best phone, hands down. And yeah, especially the front, I mean the selfie shots, portrait selfie shots as well, the best phone. Anyway, but you get really good, decent portrait shots with the front camera. Okay, so talked about the front camera and the back cameras, as well as the design, the body, everything. So now let's jump into the phone from the inside. Alright, so let's talk about the software and whatever is inside this phone. So we know that we don't have a fingerprint sensor now, not in the front, not in the back, because the display takes up everything. And we just need to use the Face ID, obviously, to log in or just access your phone. So we tap, and there it is, unlocked. It works really well. Sometimes it does have some glitches. For some reason it doesn't unlock, but I just need to do this and press the button again, and it works. So it does happen, it happened a few times, but it's no big deal. Most of the time it works really well. So I mean, it's great to have the Face ID. So yeah, no fingerprint sensor. Display, look at this. This is a beautiful display from Samsung. Obviously, you'd expect one of the best displays out there. So colors are really good. I don't use the True Tone feature. I like to use it without the True Tone feature. So anyway, this is, the display is really good. And as you can see, let's just go right here. And you can see the colors is really good on this phone. Okay, so outdoor visibility with this display is really good as well. I didn't have any issues looking at the content, reading, looking at images, pictures, videos. It was a really good experience. So I didn't have any problems with direct sunlight as well. So it's a very good display. Apple continues to keep a very nice, crisp, beautiful, bright display. So, display now out of the way. Let's talk about the new gestures. A lot of my friends that have this phone don't like gestures. I don't know if this is something to do with change. They don't like change. They don't like how how the iPhone was, and then you take away the home button from them, and they suddenly have to swipe, doing gestures and stuff. But it's I guess it's a slight learning curve, and once you learn the gestures, the moves, actually this is probably one of the best experience. It's great that you don't have that button. It's nice that you can just open and close just by swiping with these gestures. So it's really nice. I really enjoy this. So if you open, for example, music, and then close it, as you can see, it's a very nice, it feels natural than pressing a button, you know what I mean? So, and it's more like you're more interacting with the device. You have like a connection with it. So having, the gestures feels a lot better, to be honest. So everything is controlled like that. Again, so if you want to leave, you just do this. And I mean, if you want to go back to the home, you just swipe up. And if you want to access the multitask or recent apps, you just swipe up and hold, and here it is. So it's very easy, very simple. You get used to it. I mean, I don't know what's the problem with that, with a lot of people complaining, really close friends of mine that switched to the iPhone 10. But I think maybe in time they'll probably get used to it and they'll learn to love it. Yeah, so gestures just made everything for me a lot easier. Instead of having the button there. And I like this here. On the right, you have access to the, what do they call these? The quick toggles here. And I love the fact that they've implemented the hard touch, or force touch, sorry, not hard touch, force touch on it. So you can just force touch here and you'll have these options. It's really good. Same thing here. So I love this force touch feature in the quick toggles. So, and then if you go to the left, you can swipe and you get to the notifications. Even on this side here, it's the same. So anything starting from the middle all the way to the left, you get to your notification, and on the right, you'll have the quick toggles, quick switch. And at the bottom, if you swipe to the left, you can access also the recent. You can jump from one app to another, like this, as you can see. So it's a really neat, what do they call it, feature here that you can access, move from one page to another, from one app to another, by just using your thumb, or if you want to use your index finger, whatever. It's just by a very natural feel gesture. Applications. Not all applications are supported by this new display here. Like, for example, let me open an app. Is that, see? So a lot of the apps are just like that. Again, to me, it's not a big deal. People, a lot of them don't like the notch, but there's nothing wrong with it. But when there's an app that takes over the whole display, it looks amazing. So the notch is actually a really nice, it gives it character, it gives this phone a unique identity by having this notch. So I think it's great looking. It's a different design out there, definitely something new, something different. So it looks really nice. I personally don't have any issues with it. And with some applications that are supported, such as, let's say, for example, Twitter, as you can see, it fills up. It looks really nice. There it is. So it looks really nice when it fills up the whole screen. So again, really nice. I do enjoy using this phone, using the display, this new notch thing. Okay, so we talked about the build quality and we said it's excellent. We talked about the camera. We mentioned that this is probably the best device for video recording, and when it comes to still images, it is one of the top 3 camera smartphones out there. And the noise that you'd find in on images on the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, you will not find it in this. The pictures are a lot more clear. So the camera we talked about, the display, again we said that this is probably, well, obviously also one of the best displays out there. It's a really good AMOLED panel, no problems with direct sunlight. The colors are really nice, accurate, no problems with color shifts or tints, nothing of that sort. So again, display, that's really good. And now I want to talk, point number 4, about the battery life. Okay, I did not expect to have excellent battery life. I thought I'd have really good, but this is excellent. I can say that this is excellent battery life because it takes me through the day, not only just through the day, and by the time I'm home, I'm gonna go to bed, I have like 50% charge still. 50%, and that's on a very heavy usage, or maybe 47, like extremely heavy usage. 40 is what I've seen that it was the lowest after a very, very long day of use, including being connected to the Apple Watch all the time. And where is my I'm looking for the AirPods. I can't find them right now, but yeah, so connected to the AirPods, using the AirPods at all time, playing music, connected to the Apple Watch, this is the Series 3, all the time, and using this phone a lot, video, YouTube, taking pictures, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. No gaming. As I always say in my reviews, I don't game. So everything else except for gaming. So I put this phone to really extreme test, and the battery life, to me again, is probably the best right now. No Android device can come close. However, this is the closest. The Pixel 2 XL, where I'm going to have a full review soon, so stay tuned for that. I'll be uploading a full review of this bad boy. It's the one that comes close to the iPhone 10 or the iPhone 8 Plus, because it has really good standby, and also when you're using the phone, consuming it, it doesn't consume much battery. So the Pixel 2 is the only phone that really comes close to the iPhone 10 or the iPhone 8 Plus. I'm talking about the 8 Plus, not the 8. Okay? Okay, maybe I can talk to you guys, since we're talking about battery, the charging. When I charge it, I mean, it feels fast. I didn't time how fast to charge this phone, but it feels fast. Using the normal, what's it called? The normal Apple charging brick, not the one with the fast charging. So again, it feels, fast, probably an hour, 40 minutes. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I will time it, but charging also, feels pretty fast on this. So, yeah, that's good. But even if it wasn't charging really fast, having this kind of battery life makes up for it. So, excellent there. That's it. Do I recommend this phone? Definitely. I mean, if a lot of people ask me, should I get the iPhone 10 or the iPhone 8? It really depends on what you need it for. If you want the top because you like to have the best, like me, I just like to have it when I don't need it, rather than one time needing it, and not have it. So I don't know if it applies with the iPhone 10, but it's just, just having the top of the line, it's just better for me. So, but not everyone can just say, okay, gotta spend all that money and buy it. So they need to think about how they're gonna spend this money and to see what would they, in terms of buying, what would they get, value for money basically. So they asked me whether to get the iPhone 8 Plus or the iPhone 10 or the iPhone 8 or the iPhone 10. So, again, it really depends on what you want and what you need. Do you need a QHD display, or you're happy with the display that you get on the iPhone 8 or 8 Plus? I mean, 8 Plus display is excellent. It's amazing. It's an LCD panel, IPS, but it's brilliant. The brightness is really good. The color accuracy, everything is really good about that display. So no complaints there. If you like the fingerprint more than the Face ID, then yes, I mean, the fingerprint is definitely faster. Using it for Apple Pay as well is definitely faster. It's better. Is it worth that 1,000 dirhams or whatever, $300 or $290, $280 extra to get this, or to settle with an iPhone 8 Plus? That's up to you. Do you think if I pay 1,000 dirhams more, I would get a QHD 5.8 display, I'll get dual OIS, and I'll get the Face ID. I prefer the Face ID than the fingerprint. What else you'd get? This nice, sleek, design, this, form factor here with this display. Is it worth that much to you? I don't know. You're gonna have to make the decision yourself. But if you tell me, you'd recommend this phone, yeah, why not? It's really good. I think it's overpriced, I have to say. It's not the only phone that's overpriced. This is another phone that's overpriced. It's a really good phone as well, but it's not really like value for money type of thing, but it's an amazing experience. It's a really good device in the end. So that's it. I'm done. I'm gonna have also full review of the Pixel 2 XL, of the Huawei Mate 10 Pro, which I recently got. I also got the LG V30 Plus, and I also have the OnePlus 5T. So I'm gonna be also, posting my full review of these phones. So subscribe so you don't miss out on these videos. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment below if you have anything to say, or if you have any questions. Please leave a comment below. and I'll talk to you guys on the next one.